If you eat an unhealthy diet, you might be doing a massive disservice to your mental health. Today, I look at how eating a healthy diet can help you feel happier and sharper. Today, I wanted to speak to you about how your diet can directly impact and influence your mood. Many of us enjoy eating different dishes or treats, and while we have an understanding of the physiological effects food can have on the body, not many consider the influence it can have on us mentally. In fact, it's not even a subject that's been researched heavily in the past, and it's only in recent years that we've seen a growth in studies showing a correlation between food and mental health. So, in this video, I hope to go over some of the key principles of how food can influence your mood, whether it be positively or negatively. Before I start, if you enjoyed today's video and find it informative, please consider sharing it with others in places like Facebook or Twitter. So, to begin, let me clarify, diet alone won't completely treat any mental health issues, and therefore it is vital to seek professional help if you are struggling. However, diet can help supplement other treatments to help improve mental health, such as depression or anxiety. How does it do this? You see, your diet can bring about changes to your brain, both physiologically and chemically, which correlates directly with altered behavior. You can leverage this knowledge to alter your diet to help your brain function at peak performance.
For sustained brain power, opting for a varied diet of nutrient-rich foods is critical. When it comes to what you bite, chew, and swallow, your choices have a direct and long-lasting effect on the most powerful organ in your body.
For example, let's start with the first meal of the day, your breakfast. When you start your day, it's always beneficial to eat a well-balanced meal. The reason being is that this will provide you with the necessary energy and nutrients you need to help you be your most productive throughout the course of the day. So, include healthy fats and sugars found in fruits and nuts, for example, to help you have energy. You will also want to include protein, some carbohydrates and fiber, all of which supply nutrients necessary to help you function physically across the course of the day. By eating a good breakfast, you immediately supplement your body with everything it needs to have a positive day. If you have energy and you take care of your body, you will feel better about any challenges you face in the day ahead. But importantly, eating healthily will allow you to feel calmer throughout the course of the day, which is beneficial in helping you to deal with conditions such as anxiety. Now, looking at the breakfast suggestions, you might be surprised to see carbohydrates, or carbs for short, in my list there. Carbs get a bad rep in much of the media today, but are fundamental in providing us with the energy we need throughout the course of the day. However, more importantly, carbs also supply the brain with non-essential amino acids called tryptophan. You see, as tryptophan enters the brain, it helps synthesize a chemical called serotonin in the brain. Serotonin regulates our mood, making us feel calmer and happier as a result. Now, tryptophan can be found in other food groups, such as protein, but the difference is that there's greater competition for other amino acids to enter the brain from protein, whereas from carbohydrates, it's usually got greater chances to enter. Think of it like a doorway of the brain. When eating protein, numerous different amino acids all try to cram through the door, and essentially not all of them can squeeze through. When you eat carbs, there's less competition, leaving more room and therefore greater chance for tryptophan to get through. However, for serotonin to be created, you also need B vitamins in your diet. This can be found in many foods, including pork, poultry such as chicken or turkey, fish, bread, whole grain cereals such as oatmeal or brown rice, eggs, vegetables, and soybeans. So eat carbs with some of these foods and you'll find the chemical balance it provides in the brain will help you feel happier. That's also related to why many carbohydrates-heavy meals can also be described as comfort food. Another necessary vitamin is vitamin D, which can also help provide the brain create serotonin, so you will want to include it as part of your diet. This can be found in fatty fish, some dairy produce like cheese and egg yolks. As serotonin helps you feel happier, it can help reduce the possible effects of depression as the chemical balance in the brain is better regulated. Studies have also shown that selenium can help deal with depression, though it needs to be in moderate amounts, which should be fine if you're getting it as part of a healthy diet and not supplements. The reason is selenium helps perform cognitive function in the brain. Oh, and just for the record, it helps with fertility too. So which foods can you get selenium from? Well, some examples are seafood, nuts and seeds, lean meat, whole grains, beans and legumes, and low-fat dairy products. Finally, eat blueberries. Okay, this one might seem pretty obvious as blueberries are well known for their amazing health benefits and removing toxins within the body. But their influence on your brain is staggering. Why? Well, to begin, as with many plant-based foods, blueberries are highly beneficial in maintaining cognitive function, reducing risks of issues such as dementia. However, in addition to this, blueberries also reduce the risk of Alzheimer's in adults for the health benefits already mentioned. It doesn't end there, because in addition to reducing risks as previously stated, blueberries help boost brain cells and memory. How? Well, studies have shown that by eating blueberries, production of brain cells increase in the hippocampus region of the brain, or the part of the brain responsible for memory. Got a test? Now you know what to eat. Finally, blueberries help with mental health such as depression and anxiety, and again, they help produce serotonin to help you feel happier in life. So far so great, we now have a better understanding of what we should be eating to feel better. However, what should we avoid? Well, for starters, caffeine can actually exacerbate symptoms of depression. This is because of the effects it can have on the brain. To put it simply, caffeine keeps you awake, but it doesn't give you energy. As you hit highs and lows of the caffeine, fatigue can directly impact your mood and increase anxiety or depression. And then there's sugar, which can have a similar effect. Eating processed sugar such as sweets or chocolates can give you a boost of short-term energy before the effects wear off and you crash. Ever eaten a sugary cereal in the morning and by the time the afternoon rolls around, you feel ready for bed? The reason is the effect of the sugar has worn off, leading you to feel fatigued. In addition to this, sugars can also be addictive. As you hit the high of the sugar rush, you feel more and more inclined to wanting that effect when the effects have worn off.
Getting really teary, and her mom jumps in and says, Michelle, for the last 6 months, we've been working with a lot of health professionals around Allie's health. She's had some really dark, stormy moments. Her self-esteem is about here. She's sleeping like crazy. She never goes out anymore. Her eating habits are erratic. She's in a really, really bad space, and we're thinking about possibly going on some medication and stuff. Allie jumped in while her mom was talking and said, hey, Michelle, you know what, we're also now just figuring out that we're all eating more than 40 teaspoons of sugar, thanks for showing us that. Anyway, there was lots of conversation, and they asked if they could work with me. For sure, I said, absolutely. I'll tell you more about Allie in a moment. Allie is not alone, right? So it's not just in kids that we see this. In our clinical practice, we do corporate presentations all the time. Adults, smart people, politicians, bankers, you name it, will come to our practice. They'll come to our practice and they'll go, oh, I'm here for insulin resistance. I'm here for diabetes. I'm here for cardiovascular disease. I'm here for a bad tummy. And then many of them will say sheepishly and silently, I'm also suffering from anxiety and depression.
It's not just sugars either. As earlier, I mentioned the benefits of carbohydrates and explained why they can often provide comfort food. However, the drawback is that comfort food can be addictive due to the feeling it gives us and the positive associations we have with it. But too many carbs aren't healthy, so overconsumption of carbs will actually have a negative effect both physically and mentally. And there you have it. It's important to eat properly and have a balanced diet to ensure you get what your body needs to be healthy, physically and mentally. Take care of your body, as by doing so you will naturally take care of your mind. Eat correctly and be happy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nora.
I could talk about this forever. I'm so fascinated by this subject. So just broadly speaking, what is nutritional psychiatry?
Well, it's the idea that maybe a psychiatrist should be asking you what was on your dinner plate last night. What did you eat for lunch? The idea that food plays an essential role in our mental health in the same way that we think about it playing a role in cardiovascular disease, in our blood sugar management, in our gastrointestinal health. John LaPook just did Sunday morning. We talked about its effects on cancer. So it's something that we don't often think about. But there has been recent research in this emerging field in the last 5 years that shows that healthier dietary patterns can reduce the risk of things like depression and anxiety.
And what's the connection?
So the brain is a highly metabolic organ. It uses a lot of energy, a lot of nutrients. It's always on. And it depends on fuel, but not just any fuel, like a car. You want to give it expensive, high quality fuel. That means foods that have the right nutrients, the right vitamins, the right sources of protein, because these form the building blocks for the neurotransmitters in the brain, for the cellular structure of the brain, for the enzymes in the brain.
Thanks for watching. So let me know, is there anything you're considering adding or taking out of your diet to help your mental health? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, then please leave a thumbs up down below for more content like this.